All the ladies in the house say ow. Hey teacher friends, welcome to Sutton Teaches Secondary. I'm Miss Sutton, but you can call me MarQuitta, and we are about to get into it because it is March, and you know what March means. It means that it is no longer his month, it's her month. It is her story month. It is Women's Herstory Month. Yes, we are excited. We are ready to celebrate and do all of the wonderful things so that our students can be excited about the people who give birth to them. What? So, if you are looking for a video that just goes over some very cool ways to do cultural celebration in your classroom, I strongly suggest you take a look at this video here. It's my Black History Month video, but all the things I mentioned there are definitely usable for Women's Herstory Month. This video, we are going to take a look at 5 authors that I love. They're female authors that you can definitely use this month to teach and to just help celebrate women and talk about women and their place in society and all of those wonderful things that we love to discuss in our classrooms. So let's hop into that. So my first author that I love teaching and using in the classroom, especially for this month, is Emily Dickinson. You know, we love her. It's my homegirl. She's nobody new. But I love teaching because I could not stop for death. Why do I love teaching this text so much? 1, the personification in it. I just love it. 2, it serves as a great discussion piece for helping students to think about her place in society and just women's place in society in general while she was alive and what that meant for her in her life, and then why it would prompt her to write a poem like this. All kinds of discussions that we, talking about the context of the person and the speaker and how that then translates to this poem that we are reading. It's wonderful. If you're one of the 5 people who have Apple TV, they have this really cool show. Sorry, Apple. They have this really cool show called Dickinson that is supposed to be following Emily Dickinson's life, but it's like new and young and fun. Like it's a mix of the time periods with today, but then also the past, which I think would be really cool. The first episode uses this poem, Because I Could Not Stop for Death, and it does a very cool job of like taking the ideas from the poem and making them live. And I actually really appreciated it because normally sometimes that stuff doesn't translate, but it does well in this episode. So check that out. For number 4, Miss Jamaica Kincaid. I love her and I love teaching her short story, Girl. I love this short story because 1, it's super short, but it's a stream of consciousness. And this is one of the few times that I've read a stream of consciousness and it's actually done well, y'all. And the cool thing is Jamaica Kincaid infuses a lot of Caribbean culture and things like that, and there's lots of references in this text. It's a mom talking to her daughter in a way that's just really beautiful. I love this piece. So I think it's a great piece for Women's Herstory Month. It's a great piece, period, just to teach. But when we're talking about women and girls and moms and those kind of relationships, but then also culture and how that connects, beautiful piece to do that with. Yes. Now, my number 3 is Miss Amy Tan. We love us some Amy Tan. We know Amy Tan is a beautiful writer. But she has a short story called Fish Cheeks. And Fish Cheeks is great. It's a woman reflecting on her experience as a teenager in America and just what it means to be a teenager of color in America, and then trying to fit in and having a crush on a guy and all of those things and what that means and how our culture affects the way we see ourselves as beautiful or not, because part of the teenage girl experience is just like growing up and feeling beautiful or not feeling beautiful, and culture, especially for people of color, definitely plays a huge role in that. So this text is nice because there's all of those underlying pieces that you can definitely use in your classroom, but in addition, just being able to like talk about the wonderfully written piece and all the figurative language that's used in there and how she talks about her culture. I love this piece. So that's a wonderful piece to use in your classroom as well. Fish Cheeks by Amy Tan. Now, Our number 2, she is nobody new to this game. We love us some Maya Angelou. Okay, Angelou or Angelou. I always forget. Okay. I don't remember. Okay, Maya Angelou. We love us some Maya Angelou. Because, you know, who doesn't love a good Maya Angelou poem? Now, I was trying to think of a poem by her that was not the ones that we already read that I love the most and I love to teach, and I couldn't. You know why? Because we love her poems and the ones that are so common because they're just so great. So, of course, you got to teach some Phenomenal Woman, or at least read it, and some Still I Rise. Now, here's a third one that I've come across recently. It's called When I Think About Myself. I love this poem as well, and I think something that would be really cool that I'm going to be doing this month is I'm going to use all 3 poems and have students evaluate Maya Angelou's style. So rather than picking apart the poems and doing like the traditional analysis, because I know they've heard these poems multiple times, I want them to identify things that are very true to Maya Angelou and her style and how she structures her poems, the words she uses, the allusions she makes, the figurative language, the patterns of the poem, like the rhythm, all of those things. That's what I want to use it for. Speaking of like remixing an oldie but goodie, I think Phenomenal Woman or Still I Rise are wonderful poems to use to have students do some kind of reciting of them, because I know sometimes teachers do that in their classrooms where they have students recite a poem or do some kind of dramatic reading of the poem, or even if they're creating a presentation based on their analysis of the poem. These oldie but goodies, they're not even that old, but you know what I mean. These poems I think are good for that because students are not struggling as much with the analysis and they can focus a lot of their energy on creating something that does the poem justice and really elevates what they get out of the poem. Just saying. I think it'd be great. And, drum roll, our last author, ooh, so excited, is the Queen Bee herself, Miss Beyonce. What? Yes. And I charge you this month to teach formation. Now, here's why. 1, we are teaching in the 21st century, y'all, and we are building some 21st century learners. So if you have not been using music in your classroom, so we're definitely putting music in our classroom, because one thing that I always tell my students, and I know you are probably doing the same, is reading and writing is not helpful if we can't use it in our real everyday life. And so to me, if you can't walk out of my classroom not only understanding a poem, but understanding the music you listen to on the radio, I haven't done my job. And it's Beyonce. Like, she is the essence of what we love about ourselves as women. She makes us feel empowered and great. And like, who doesn't want to listen to a Beyonce song and talk about a Beyonce song, right? So it's like, it's culturally relevant. It's all the things. It's all the things. It's all the things. Now, the reason why I say do formation, couple of reasons. 1, the video. There's so many things that you could use with the video, right? Because music videos are text. 2, the actual words to formation, so many references that she uses to Black culture. It's a song of affirmation, and it's affirming not only her being a woman, but also her being a Black woman. And so then it really lends itself to that conversation. There's so much that you can do to break down this text. I think this will be great in your classrooms. You will love it, right? You'll have fun. You get to listen to it. Ooh, those are my favorite. And the kids think those are, the kids love those too. Exciting. And if you have another idea for a song to use in the classroom, please tell me, because I'm always interested in other things that I can use, and then also music that's different that I can bring to my students. So let me know in the comments, what songs do you like to use, or let me know what female authors you like using, even if it's not just this month, but all year long, because let's be honest, it's Herstory all year long, right? Yes. And if you have made it this far, we are teacher friends. Friend, why have you not liked this video? So make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss any of my new content. And check these videos out. They're somewhere. They're here. Yes, and remember, as always, you are amazing. Bye.